So, Mark, did you see that leak over at Planet Hollywood? Some people said the pool was leaking onto the casino floor. I think it wasn't that, but Vegas is healing.
I'm just curious, whenever we see these, that nobody turns off like the electrical stuff. Like when you turn off the lights, you're just having water pour out of light sockets, outlets, all this stuff. You would think that'd be a problem.
You should know by now that we have no idea what to do with water.
You know what the new Vegas tagline should be?
What?
Vegas, where it rains inside as much as it does outside.
So greetings from Barcelona, Spain. Mark is back in his home studio. So we're back to getting to our shows. A lot of news, Mark. I mean, we're going to talk about some of it, but what a crazy week of news last week.
It's kind of nice that we took a break, but it was also like the worst timing, or maybe taking the break forced all this stuff to kind of roll through, but we definitely have a backlog of things to get through.
Well, we got a little lucky today with some breaking news right before we recorded the show, and we'll cover all of that. But the 250th birthday of America is coming up on July 4th, and a lot going on, fireworks. We have a lot to cover in regards to that. But Hoover Dam has this new 300-foot tall flag. I think it's 300 feet by 150 feet. It's lighting up every night through July 4th, and it really does look spectacular.
So are they allowing people to pull into the area that you park to walk across the Pat Tillman Bridge then?
Since I haven't been there, I haven't heard much about like what the crowds are like to get out there. There is a parking garage near the dam where you could park if there's a lot of people. As you know, there's a small lot over by the Tillman Bridge, and that would probably be the best place to see it. So if anybody has done it and they know how busy and how the crowds are being handled and all that, let us know down in the comments. But yeah, I mean, I didn't hear a lot about this before it happened, and then it just showed up, and yeah, the blue and red lights, the flag, patriotism.
It looks amazing, and I'm hopeful that you can get in there after dark, because it looks like it'd be much cooler to see when it's all lit up. And I don't know if that would be as easily accessible. Maybe you can pull off to the side of the highway somewhere. Probably not the best idea. But if you are going to be in Vegas during this time to this buildup, so take advantage of it. I would be going there for sure. It's pretty epic to see. It was my son's favorite thing from our trip. So definitely go check it out.
Yeah, an amazing history of that structure, and it was just, I mean, it's one of the wonders of the United States, even though it's so close to Vegas and we just sort of take it for granted. It is a spectacular thing. The bridge too, so go see it. One of the other things that happened when we were gone was an earthquake happened in Las Vegas, Mark. 3.8 earthquake. I felt a few of them over the years, but I missed it.
I love that the first comment was from somebody that's like, after 40 years in SoCal, a 3.8 is like a bad trip to Taco Bell.
I mean, that's true. I've been through some 4s, some 5s, even 6s. My last couple of earthquakes, I was in Tokyo randomly a couple of years ago, and there was like a 6.0 quake, and somewhere else that I was traveling. But as a kid, I grew up in LA having them, and I experienced a few in Vegas, including once when I was at the Tropicana visiting. So a lot of people don't know Vegas is on tons of fault lines.
Yeah, it's got to be scary if you're visiting and you feel it. Maybe not a 3.8, but if it goes a little bit higher and you don't know really what's going on. But the craziest ones are when it happens in Asia, and then you see like pools shifting and water falling over the side of the building. Those are pretty epic.
How did I forget about the other one? It was Mexico City. I was on like the 40th floor of that Hyatt Tower, and it was shaking, and oh yeah, that was, yeah, no more earthquakes. I guess I got a get out of jail free card with that one. Another story we got to follow up on, Mark, as we predicted, F1 2037. They own us. They own Las Vegas. F1, that race will be here forever. Hey, I'm in Barcelona this week, and the F1 race is coming this weekend. All kinds of activations. So, you know, it does good for the city, and we're well past complaining at this point. It's already here, and now they just dotted the I's and crossed the T's.
How's the construction there? Is it messing up the whole city? Does it take 2 months, or is it completely different?
I don't know quite where the track is. I saw like the big fan fest place today, but I couldn't figure out where the track is. So it's not right in the heart of the tourist area where we were. I didn't really look it up, but Monaco, is it every year? Is Monaco like such a big deal? I saw it on my feed so much with all the yachts and everything. I think that's just every year, but it seemed like it got more coverage this year.
I just remember it from the, Iron Man movies?
Yeah, I mean, it's a dream, right? If you want to hang out with billionaires, I guess Monaco is the place to be. I guess Vegas, a step down from that.
Look at you being negative. Nothing's a step down from Vegas, sir.
There you go. Refer back to the last episode. Thanks to everybody who watched our Unhinged episode. Hopefully you guys got some answers to some cool questions. It was great to see your comments, how much you guys love the show and all of that. And one other thing that goes through the entire show is Primm, and we talked about the closure of Primm. July 4th was supposed to be the last day, and just before we're recording this, we have some great news. What's old is new again, and the Primm family has found an operator for the casinos in Primm and some of the other businesses around there, and that is Terrible's. And if you don't remember, Terrible's owned these casinos from 2007 to 2010, losing them in bankruptcy. They're the ones who bought them from MGM, and the company has shifted quite a bit since then. They're going to have to get a gaming license. I think the state's going to have an emergency hearing. It seems like the entire community came around to save this place, and it makes me so darn happy.
No, this is such a great story and so cool. I didn't think that this would happen. I don't think that you did either. I know they had said when they came out, we're looking to see a viable option to keep this going. And we all just assumed it was a foregone conclusion that it was going to close next month. So I'm very excited for this. Hopefully they're able to breathe some life into it. It's even cooler that it's somebody that used to run it and kind of knows the lay of the land a bit there. And if they put some redevelopment into it and maybe open up the roller coaster again, fingers crossed, or hope so, but or at least bring Bills back. But you know, everybody was sad about it and they wrote about it and commented about it, but you have to go out there. So if they do keep it open and this works out, make sure you go visit, because just saying that you wish it was there doesn't help. Like, you need to actually go there and physically spend some money, spend some time. Go check it out if you haven't been.
Absolutely. And I'm guilty of that. I don't spend a ton of money when I'm out there. I do try to buy something or spend something, but I'll try to spend more to keep this place going. And I just was very happy to see the response in the community for this place. It's very quirky, and it's obvious that it wasn't just me who loved it. We don't really know what they're going to do. They do say they're going to invest in the properties. We don't know quite what the situation is going to be, if they're all going to be reopened or staggered, or how that is going to run. But we should know more in the next few weeks, and they got to get their license, and hopefully before July 4th it all happens, so it's just a seamless transition. And yeah, roadside Americana saved, and hopefully the roller coaster. Now, for all of you that are excited about Buc-ee's and want Buc-ee's to come there, just remember Terrible's owns that Buc-ee's knockoff down the street that sucks in Jean, and that's probably what we'll get there. They also own the gas stations in State Line in Primm, so probably no Buc-ee's coming.
Yeah, the worst White Castle in the world in that Chevron station. So go check that out. But no, they can save the whole town. Just hashtag Primm for Trim.
Yes. Primm for Trim. They got to put a big sign up. That's what will save it.
Yeah. Open up one casino and just put it on the side of it. Done.
In a second, we are going to talk about downtown Summerlin's new logo. But before we do, I would love to invite you to subscribe. Thousands of you are watching the show who are now subscribed. So just please hit that button for us. So I put this into the show to troll Mark because I saw it on social media. And the logo comes, and then he comes back with a Gap video. So tell me what that's all about.
Oh, yeah. First, I mean, we need to say the first time we heard it called DTS was our friend Candace said that's what her kids call it. And I was trying to figure out, like, DTS, is it like down to suck? And she goes, no, it's downtown Summerlin.
Triggering everybody again. This is a cool new logo. It just happened. I don't forget. What did they say? Downtown Summerlin new logo reflects its evolution as a vibrant, walkable destination for luxury living, office space, shopping, dining, entertainment, and sports.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, when I looked at the next tweet that was suggested to me was a video saying, come check out our Gap store. And I was like, that's so perfect.
I was like, what is he doing here? And then I was like, I trolled him and he trolled me back. We have so much love for downtown Summerlin. It's a great, beautiful place and a center of the community.
Yeah, it's a really beautiful place. It's very nice, very maintained. If you want to walk around outside, there's a lot of stuff to look at, and go into Gap, I guess, right?
Absolutely. The Apple Store. You also got Red Rock Casino. You got the Las Vegas Ballpark. It's pretty cool over there if you haven't seen it. But another staple of the community, the Neon Museum, expanded their collection with that Mirage sign that used to sit over by the volcano, and then one of the fire starters. Now, this piece of art was only built in 2008, so it's not ancient like some of the others. So they kind of did some work on it to make sure it'll last for a long time. And it's really nice to see the Mirage name lit up over at Neon Museum.
Yeah, it looks great. It fits perfectly. Excited that they were able to get it in there and take care of it. And it's just weird. 2 years ago, we heard they were moving and that they were looking to go to a parking garage. And I don't feel like we've heard anything since. It just seems like they keep adding more and more stuff that they're going to have to move. I'm kind of surprised nothing's really happened.
Yeah, we haven't heard a lot. I could reach out and see, but I doubt we'll get any official information. I know that garage project hasn't really finished, because I don't think it was the one that they're building right now, but maybe it was. I'll have to go back and look. We'll see if we can get you guys an update on the parking garage, but it's always good to see the Neon Museum. And if we always say this, but if you haven't been there, you should really go.
Yeah, check that out and go to the Hoover Dam. Those are like the two must-dos on your next trip if you haven't been to either.
I have another must-do for everybody. Go to the In-N-Out over at BLVD. It has opened as of June 9th. And some people are saying this is the largest in the world. Some people are saying it's the second largest in the world. I don't know what the answer to that is, but it's probably one of the cooler ones in the world. You get those rooftop views, and I think it's over 10,000 square feet. So lots of space, and no doubt it's going to be busy.
I mean, it's a perfect location for it. And we said it's kind of like the cornerstone of that development. I think it will draw a lot of people in there just to go to that. And they have to walk through a lot of it, or at least go up to the top to get access. But I mean, I can't imagine how many amazing views you're going to get late at night, having a burger, having some fries, just staring at the lights and the wonder of Vegas. It's a great location. It looks like it's going to be super busy. Hopefully they can maintain it and keep getting people through quickly. But it's going to be an epic place that I think everybody's going to stop at least once.
Yeah, now they're equally spread out. You have the one at Link, you have that one, then there's one over the freeway on Tropicana, one near the stadium. So there's lots of In-N-Out around, but it's very popular, and some of the best prices for burgers, especially now that the prices have gotten insane with everything. It's one of the true values on the Strip.
Yeah, better than Guy, right?
Yeah, I just don't like their fries, though, at In-N-Out. I've heard medium well. I don't know. I've never gotten good fries that I really love, but the burgers are to die for. So go check that out. And from In-N-Out to Le Cirque, a couple months ago, they announced that Le Cirque is closing on August 23rd, and that is an iconic restaurant at Bellagio. The dining room, everybody's seen pictures of this dining room, and it's not cheap. I think the tasting menu is $310 per person, and then if you add wine tastings and other stuff, you go up from there. I saw Ryan Bohack, just a guy on Twitter, post all the pictures from the tasting menu as he got to experience it before it goes, and I'll put a link down in the description. You can go through all the pictures. I figured it was worth sharing. They look really good. $310, a unique setting, a world-class iconic restaurant that's not going to be there for long.
Yeah, it looks whimsical when you're inside there from the pictures and everything, and just the setup of it. I mean, it's 20, 30 years old and it still kind of holds up, and it looks like a place that you want to be in, and very comfortable and warm. And then you see the food, and the presentation looks great. If you're a foodie, then I'm sure that you think that this is a good value and a really cool experience. And I think it's better than what we've seen with like $1,000 steaks in a briefcase and things like that. I feel like you'd get a much longer, more fun experience, maybe less showy here versus at Fontainebleau and other places. But I think that maybe people would find some value, even though it's $310. I can't say that you won't be hungry when you leave. Doesn't look like it's the most filling thing.
I mean, I've seen tasting menus with smaller portions than this. So, but yeah, I mean, it is one of those things, especially if you stretch out the experience and you're getting small courses. The lobster salad, then you have Hokkaido scallop, truffle risotto, you have the filet, Wagyu filet, and then the dessert. I mean, it looks great. But as you say, those tasting menus never really do fill you up.
Yeah, so then you go to In-N-Out after.
Perfect combination. Put in the comments, how many of you have gone and done a fancy tasting menu and then eaten fast food later in the night? I'm sure that it's got to be more than just the two of us. We're just willing to admit it. Nobody else is. As a reminder, we have our Patreon. We have our after show every week. Lots of laughs there. More money saving guide, other stuff going on behind the scenes. Check it out, patreon.com/MTM Vegas. And thanks to everybody who supports us over there. So, Mark, we alluded to it earlier, the big news that happened while we were gone. I mean, I did cover some of it on the show as I did solo shows, but Caesars sold, of course, right before we left, and then MGM sold a week later to People Incorporated, and the whole Strip is changing forever. And I talked a lot about how I think this isn't a bad thing because MGM going private, Caesars going private. I do think the need for quarterly earnings calls and being a publicly traded company has hurt these companies. I also don't think these billionaires are coming in to be benevolent and give all the stuff for free. I think they're coming to make money. So it's not going to all be great, but no doubt this is a pivot point in the history of Las Vegas.
Do you think that they'll keep them private, or are you thinking that they'll kind of get things set back up, maybe make them more profitable and then go back out into the public?
It does seem like from the coverage of both of these sales that they're looking for these companies for the long term. But which assets remain with the companies, that is something that I would expect that both these companies, Caesars under Fertitta Entertainment and MGM under People Incorporated, will sell off some properties. I mean, it's really interesting. MGM has this portfolio, and we always talk about Luxor and Excalibur and how they sort of drag it down from the public perception. And it'll be interesting to see if they feel like they should remain, because those are really valuable assets too, because they're right next to the stadiums, 2 stadiums now, with the A's stadium under construction. And so maybe it all sort of works together. I think, some of the points being made is that in the era of AI and all of this sort of stuff, you don't have a lot of tangible assets like Las Vegas, one of a kind places and things. And there's only so many casinos, and the opportunity to own a huge chunk of this has been so alluring to these guys. And I don't know. I mean, I think that no matter what happens, I think that we will see some short-term improvements as new management comes in. And I think you're not going to see the hedge fund type cost cutting, at least at first.
You know what would be really tangible?
What?
If they had the land.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is all of this is just operations for the most part. And lots of land sold away over the years. Could we see a mega merger down the line with Vici coming in and maybe seeing all of this brought back together? I don't know, but that talks about like $18 billion. That's a lot of money without land.
Yeah, I find it kind of insane that the valuations of the deals are the same. And I know Caesars is a lot of debt. I would just think that MGM is worth quite a bit more, but that's not the way it's shaken out. And it has been interesting to see, especially on the Caesar side of things, Tillman Fertitta, it's like very split. Half the people are like, oh, he knows how to take care of his guests. This is going to be great. Caesars hasn't been taking care of anybody for a long time. And the other half is, oh, he's just going to run this on the ground. He's terrible. I haven't gone back to the Nuggets since he took over. Like things like it's just such a great divide. I was kind of surprised by that.
Yeah, I've been sort of impressed over the years at what he's done with properties that he has purchased. Things like the Trump Marina in Atlantic City converted to the Golden Nugget. The one in Laughlin, not as nice, I would say, over the years. That was been a Golden Nugget for a long time, but that atrium mark is to die for over there in Laughlin. And the one in Vegas I've always liked as well. Also the one in Laughlin, the ceiling heights, maybe we could blow those up just a little bit. But yeah, I generally am not a big player there, so I don't know their loyalty program and how good it is, but I do like the vibe and the feel of those properties. And Biloxi as well. So I've been to quite a few of them. I think this is an improvement. I'm just not a fan of what Eldorado has done to Caesars.
No, Eldorado has taken Caesars down quite a bit, and it's been kind of surprising. You wouldn't have thought it would work out that way. So I'm glad for that. Like refresh, we've said it's kind of stale with Caesars, with MGM. So you're bringing in new people, new vision, and it's privately owned, like you said. So it's going to be different. And then if they sell off a few pieces here and there, I think that's a positive for us, the end consumer, because that brings more players into the market. Somebody's going to buy those properties, and then they're going to run it on their own. And we're kind of breaking up the duopoly a bit if it works out that way. So I'm kind of hopeful that they do split it off, and maybe they would have to sell Luxor, Excalibur, and Mandalay Bay just because they're all kind of connected and intertwined together. And Mandalay Bay might be a thing that kind of pushes the other two up in the eye of the beholder of the person purchasing it. But we'll have to see. Maybe they get out of the regional stuff more, but keep Vegas. It's going to be really interesting. But I think that this will be a net positive, especially early on. Because they're going to want to come in and they're going to want to change things, and they're going to be customer service forward thinking, and maybe not trimming as much everywhere. Like bring back valet, bring back bellhop. Like let's get back to old school.
The one flip side of that is the same management is running both of these companies after they're bought. So they're keeping on the management team, at least at the beginning. But one other good thing we have to look forward to is Hard Rock coming online, and they are going to come in hard. They're going to spend tons of money on marketing and on customer acquisition. And they've been so successful in Florida building up their whale base and their high roller base. And I think Hard Rock's going to make a huge splash and make all of these casinos have to compete. And so I think the combination of new owners, same management though, but Hard Rock coming online, I think we'll probably see a nicer Vegas. And that's probably because a lot of people stopped coming, and that's the truth.
And I do think that this is good for like Gold Nugget players elsewhere, that they have more options than just Fremont Street now when they want to come into town. And that's going to add, like if you live in Biloxi, then maybe you start going to the Nugget because you like their players club, and that will get you to Vegas better. It's just makes it more options for people outside of Vegas too, I think.
Yeah, I think it's super exciting. It's fun when we pay such close attention to Las Vegas to see something like this. You're not going to see big blockbuster sales, and then to see them all within basically a week of each other, the two of them, it's just mind blowing. I mean, nobody would have predicted this. And so it's an exciting time to see that. Hard Rock continuing its construction, marching towards its opening next year, and all is good in Las Vegas. It feels like the tides have turned and we're getting a more positive era coming in, and everybody's feeling a little bit better about all of it. Primm is saved. I mean, what more could you want?
I want the Star Trek restaurant back.
Okay, yes. And bring back Quarks, please. But let us know what you guys think about anything we talked about today. Downtown Summerlin's new logo, is that worthy of such a iconic place? The big sales, the earthquake, did you experience it? I had friends in town who didn't feel it, so it depends on where you were. I know they felt it at Downtown Summerlin, though, because it was right there.
DTS.
Let us know everything down in the comments. We do 2 shows. I don't know how many. We'll be back in a couple days with another show. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you next time.
It is 2 this week, though. You could have just rolled with it.